I'm Tom Davidson with Rippey & Kingston Systems. As an accomplished IT firm, we focus on delivering competitive advantage while reducing your overall IT cost. Two of our more popular offerings are our Google Apps and Virtual CIO. I invite you to visit our website or call for a free consultation.
Hey, it's Brian Thomas from the 55 KRC Morning Show, wishing you a very happy Thursday. Kind of an unusual day yesterday in the House. Of course, you know by now the DREAM Act got passed on a very slim margin. The DREAM Act, which the Congressional Budget Office amazingly was able to determine that within 10 years it's going to save $1.4 billion or shave $1.4 billion off the deficit, first 10 years, based upon the anticipated tax revenues from the newly designated permanent legal status that they're going to give these folks. No one knows how many illegal immigrants are in the country. Nobody knows how many illegal immigrants qualify for all of these criteria. All these criteria, by the way, which will have to be verified by somebody, presumably in government, a government that can't even get people to pay their own taxes in this country. Outstanding tax revenue everywhere. There aren't IRS agents all over the place pursuing that, are there? Doesn't seem to me. You've got outstanding tax bills all over. If the country can't even collect its own tax bills, we can't do it on a local basis, and we have a national issue with it too. How are they going to be able to verify all this information to find out whether someone qualifies for permanent legal status? It's going to be a big joke. Or they're going to have to increase massively the size and scope of government in order to accommodate that and do all the research and the fact-finding that will be necessary to prove it. So that issue aside, and that complicating factor aside, and that little dose of reality aside, the CBO is able to figure out, though, that they're going to save $1.4 billion in 10 years based upon taxes that these people are going to pay. When we don't even know how many people are going to qualify or how many illegal immigrants are even in the country. Amazing they can do that. Oh, but then they point out after 10 years, of course, the long haul of the bill between now and 2060, it's going to cost you between $5 and $20 billion. That's going to add that to the deficit. So mathematically, ultimately, as everything they seem to do, it ends up costing people. And since we cannot afford the promises that we've made to our own American citizens in the form of Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, we're broke, remember, we cannot afford to maintain and continue those services as promised. That's why they're doing reforms, and that's why we had the Deficit Commission. Deficit means we can't afford it, right? How is it that we can afford to grant all this largesse on anyone who happens to pop in the country illegally? And on that note, because I can hear you, well, this is children who are drugged here. And you heard the pundits yesterday and the politicians and the left saying, okay, we cannot hold the decisions of those parents against the children. You can't do that. That's not fair. They didn't have a say in the process. And there is some logic to that. So how is it that our country is being held hostage for, and someone pointed out to me, the issue of white guilt predicated on the sad, pathetic chapter in our American history where we had slaves, that has created this entitlement programs and obligations on many, many generations down the road to pay for and rectify and undo the damage that our parents, forefathers did generations ago. Well, this DREAM Act eviscerates that entire argument. Because if we, as the children of wrongdoers, or as several generations down the road from wrongdoers, can't be held responsible for what they did, why are we being held responsible now? It's worth thinking about and worth discussing, isn't it? And make sure you contact Ohio Speaker of the House. Danny Bupp reported this morning that they're going to be voting. They want to vote on a gun bill. Bipartisan support. Governor Strickland even supports it. It's a good fix. Speaker probably won't be bringing it up for reasons unknown to anybody, including Danny Bupp, because the Speaker promised to do it. Give him a call. Let him know how you feel. Have a great one. See you tomorrow.